Okay, we last found our adventurers, our explorers from Kaer Ardanyan, having bested the Brithen of the cave. While it was attacking, it released this huge, awful roar in challenge of the Obsidian, but they were able to overcome him by slamming the portcullis down on the creature. Okay, I've given the party another 100 legend points, 25 for besting the dungeon environment and general role-playing stuff, 75 for besting the Brithens, for a total of 100 for that last scene. Okay. So, they are leaving the cave entrance. They step outside. They have never been outside before. They have never seen the world outside of a cave, outside of the Kaer. And it's about dawn now. They are looking up to a sky that they've never seen before. The dawning sunlight pouring on them, and it's, purple to red to pink, beautiful glory brightening up the sky. They see forest and trees and hear the sounds of birds and bugs and insects that outdo the limited life that lived in even the garden forest of Shalminor, the elven section of the Kaer, and they are basking in the glory of the surface, having never been on our world before, just living underground their whole life in a small underground city. And it's at this point where they're looking up that they don't realize that they have been surrounded. They will make awareness checks. And we will see what they will see. Okay, so first things first, I think Scathra has Danger Sense as a skill. No, she doesn't. Does Deza? Deza is the one with Danger Sense. Okay, so she will roll 2d6 to see if she notices this oncoming threat. 7. We will use the lowest of their dex scores for these guys, or their lowest of their sneaky skill, whatever the sneaky skill they have, like stealthy stride. Doesn't look like they have that, so it'll probably just be dex. Okay. Alright, so they rolled a 9, she rolled a 7. She does not sense them. Okay, until it's too late. I will have everybody else, as they're stepping further out into this opening, in the clearing for the cave, they will also make awareness rolls to see if they recognize them. Again, this is a test against a 9. Scorth's awareness of d8 plus d6. 9, he is aware of them. Scorth. Scathra, her awareness of d6. 5, she is not. Deza's awareness. Talent 5, she's still not aware. And Garn's awareness of d12. 3. So the only one that sees something that's amiss here is Scorth. He hears something triggers him. He tells the party to be alert, and it's at that moment where this elf steps out from a bush and says, "You are surrounded." He says, "My name is Farathiel," and what else does he say? Why are you here leaving the cave? Alright. This is the party straight and honest with him. Okay, there's a 50% chance that they're open, that maybe the Obsidian will speak up and tell them exactly what they're there for. Yeah, so yeah, the 50% or less. The Obsidian says, "We are looking for our friends, our masters. Have you seen them?" And Farathiel says, "Oh, you are their students then. Well, I can tell you where they are being held. I will take you to them." And of course the party picks up on that line, "Where are they being held?" And "What do you mean they're being held?" is the response as well. "Where they're being kept currently." And it's like, and Farathiel says, "Drop your weapons and I'll take you to them safely. I will safely take you to them without harm." And the party is alerted. They feel threatened by this, and so a fight is going to break out. Farathiel tries to again avoid combat, but he doesn't mind if they kill them all. So he says, "Men," and all of these guys draw bows, have drawn bows, his fellow elves, and a fight breaks out, unfortunately. So everybody's going to roll initiative. Current initiative. Scather rolls her d12. She rolls a 2. Garn is going to use his improved Tiger Strike. It's now d8, d6 for initiative. 9. This was 13. Everybody else rolls a d10. 3 for Scorth. 2 for Deza. 9 for the elves. 7 for Farathiel. Alright. So, top of the order is Garn. Garn is an Obsidian, so he's not moving all that fast. He's going to go to the closest guy to him, which is going to be Farathiel. His movement rate is 10, so that is 5 squares of 2 yards each. So he can't move and attack, so instead he will just double move to get to Farathiel. Alright, that is his turn. That is Garn. Next are the elves. They open fire with their arrows. I think they all have step 8 for missile weapons, so this is 2d6. Yeah. And the damage on this is step 9. Okay. So let's just go in this order, I guess. These 2 on Scathra. 11, 17, 21. That's 2 raises, so instead of a 9, this is an 11. So D10 plus D8 for an arrow to Scathra. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. 12. Towards Scathra, she blocks 4 of it with her armor, so she takes 8. Her wound threshold, Scathra's wound threshold is a 9, so she's okay. No wound from that first arrow. The second arrow, 9, 10. 10 hits her exactly. This is a step 9 for damage. 9 damage minus 4. Armor is 5 damage. She's at 13 damage now. Okay, the third one is going for Scorth. 4 misses Scorth. Fourth one at the Obsidian. Misses. Fifth one at the Obsidian. At the Windling. 8 misses the Windling. And Farathiel, that's the Elven Raiders, the archers. That they go. Farathiel is going to drop his bow. He has a simple action, and draw his weapon as a simple action, and strike Garn here with his melee weapon, which is a sword. And he is using a broadsword. Alright, so his melee weapons, I believe, is step 10, so 2d8. Alright, 5 misses the obsidian. Alright, so it is now Skorth's turn. Skorth will do his Spirit Dart at number 3 over here. He is behind cover, so this is partial cover, so his defense is by a +2. So he's got to beat his Mystic Defense of 7, but by +2 it's now 9. So his spell casting is a step 10, so this is 2d8. It's got to be a 9. 6 will not cut it. Alright, Skorth's Spirit Dart does not go off. Scathra and Deza. Scathra goes first. Her movement is a 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she is also going to double move but not be able to attack. Alright, and that's Scathra. Now Deza goes, and Deza is going to use her Earth Darts on number 5 here. Same thing, behind cover. 10, 17. 17 will hit, and that is 1 raise, I think, because, yeah, that's 1 raise, not 2. Alright, so this is 1 bonus or additional success, so her damage, or, sorry, the amount of time, the duration on the spell will last longer. So instead of Deza's spell against number 1 here will last 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds, and it'll be at a -2 to his physical armor. Okay, I've jotted that down. Let's roll the damage. His willpower is 6 plus 3 is 9. So doing 5 damage. This is physical damage against. What I should have been doing earlier is not applying the modifier until it's actually done the first time. So his mystic armor is 4, and then she only did 5 points. She's only done 1 point of damage to this guy. Okay. However, next time his physical his physical armor is 2, so she's done 3 damage to this guy. Next time it'll be more effective because his physical armor will be brought down some. Okay, top of the order for initiative. Garn takes another point of strain. He's at 4 points now. He is going to roll his initiative to try to go first. Garn rolls a 5. Not going first. Okay. Scathra, 9 for initiative. Skorth, everybody else is D10. 4, 2, 10 plus 2 is 12 for the Elven Raiders, and for Athiel 2. Alright, so the Elven Raiders go first. They loose their arrows. Alright, this one's going to step this way so he can fire at... Actually, he's going to move this way so he can fire at the Obsidian unobstructed. Okay. These two are going to fire at the Obsidian first. Misses. His bowstring snaps. He's going to have to switch to melee. 6. This one misses. This one steps back to shoot as actually switching from melee to switching from missile weapon to melee. So then he's going to strike with his melee weapon, which is he's going to use a spear, actually. His melee weapons is also 2d6. 3 misses. One is going to strike her with melee. He's doing the same thing. Misses. And this one's going to shoot his arrow at Scorth. 8, 10. He hits Scorth. And the arrow does step 9 damage. For 8 points of damage, minus 4 armor. Scorth is hit for 4 points. Alright. Those were the Elven Raiders. Next is Scathra. She taunts this guy for shooting her with an arrow and saying you missed more times than you hit. You all are weak, and she's just shouting and mocking him for using a bow rather than fighting with the sword, and these guys using like spears instead of swords. So she's just mocking them, and she's going to use her taunt ability. Her taunt is now at 9, so this is d8 plus 6. 8. His social defense is 7. So yeah, the taunt is effective against number 1 over here. Okay. Number 1 is at -1 for 2 additional accents. Okay. Oh, 3 additional actions. It's now equal to rank, right? Or that's just as 2. Taunt. I have to look it up. How long does taunt last? Number of rounds equal to the adept's taunt rank, so it lasts for 2 rounds. Okay, 2 rounds. And -1. Alright, and as she's taunting, she's also swinging her sword and is going to skewer this guy. Scathra's melee weapon is 10, so this is 2d8. 9. This 4 is 13. That's a raise, because their physical defense is 7, so 12 or higher gives a second success. So her damage goes from a step 11 to a step 13, which is d12, d10. She does 13. 18 points of damage. Minus his physical armor of 2. I said 18 points, right? Yeah, 18 minus 2 is 16 points of damage to the guy. This is number 1. That's going to be a wound, and he'll have to make a knockdown test. And this is the difference between his wound threshold of 10 and the points of damage. He took 16, so he's got to get a 6 or higher on a strength test, which is a d10 for him. 6 or higher. 9. He is still standing. He is not knocked down from the strike. However, he is taking a wound, so he is at an additional -1. Okay, that was Scathra. Next person going is Garn. Garn swings at Farathiel. He strikes with his d6 plus d8. 4 is going to miss Farathiel. It was Garn's turn. It's now Scorth's turn. He's going to do Spirit Darts at this guy over here, number 2. Just 2d8 for him. 12 will hit, even though the guy's behind cover. This will do 8d6. 9. 10 points of damage. These guys have big mystic armor, though. So, -4 mystic armor. He does 6 points of damage to number 2. However, this guy will now have his mystic armor brought down for 2 turns. I said -2 for the next 2 turns. Okay. Alright, that was Scorth. And Deza goes. Deza's going to roll her Earth Darts on number 4 over here in the corner. 4, she misses. That was Deza. Lastly, Frathiel goes and he swings at Dibson Garn. Melee is the 10, so 2d8. 12. 17. 17 versus Garn's physical defense of 8. It's not a raise, it's 1 raise, but not 2 at least. So instead of his damage of, what is he using? A broadsword of 10, it's going to be a 12. And a 12 is 2d10 damage. 18, dang. Alright, so 18 minus Garn's physical armor of 4 brings it down to 14. Okay, so he's taken 14 damage. He had 4, so this is up to 18 now. 14 is his wound threshold, so he takes a wound. And he has to roll to see if he's knocked down. But he won't be... No, it's only if it's 5 or higher, so he won't be knocked down. 5 or higher than your wound threshold. Alright, so he is not knocked over. But he is wounded. And that's the end of that round. Okay. It's time for initiative again. Let's do Scathra first. 12 plus 7 is 19. Her initiative. Okay. Garn. He normally would be using... He is not going to use his Tiger Spring. He doesn't want to take the strain. So he is just going to roll his dex for his initiative. His dexterity is a 6, but since he has the wound, it's -1, so it's 5. So he's going to roll a d8. 8 plus 7. His initiative is a 15. Okay. And Scorth rolls a d10. 10 plus 5. He's on 15. Deza rolls a d10. She rolls a 7. Elven Raiders roll an 8. And for Athiel, he rolls, let's see, 3. Alright, so Scathra goes first. She swings at this guy. She is going to choose to do an aggressive attack. So she is adding a +3 to her attack and damage, but she subtracts 3 from her defenses. Alright, so she is going to swing at this guy. And so her melee weapons is normally a 10, I think. Yeah, 10. Plus 3, though, would make it 13. So that's a d12 plus a d10 to roll. d10 plus d12 against number 1. 19 plus 6 is 25. So she hits him with a 25. Deza's, she needed to get a 7. So let's see, at 12 and 17 and 22. So she gets 3 additional successes. So her damage is not an 11, but it's +6, so that's a 17, which is a d12 plus 2d8. Is that right? Yeah, d12 plus 2d8. All right, wow. 22 plus 2 rerolls. 26. 26 plus 7 is, what, 33? And his armor is only a 2 physical armor, so he's taking 31. His death rating was 34, but he was already wounded from her previous strikes, right? Yeah, so number 1 is dead. Flat out dead. Okay. Good for her. It's a good roll. Alright, that was Scathra. Garn goes, and he is going to do the same. He's also going to do an aggressive attack. So instead of swinging at step 9, -1 because of his wound, which would be step 8, he is instead going to swing at 11. So this is d10 plus d8. Three misses. Okay. Scorth is going to cast another Spirit Dart. D8, D6. No, 2d8. Right, yeah, because he's a 10. 8 will hit. Spell defense is 7. So he does d8, d6 damage. 2. That does get through the physical armor, right? No, it doesn't, because the guy still has 2 physical armor. So it does absolutely nothing. Low roll. Okay, that was Scorth. The Elven Raiders go. This one plunks an arrow at Scorth. 5 will miss Scorth. This one plunks an arrow at Deza. 6 will miss her. This one will shoot at the Obsidian. No, at Deza as well. 8 will miss her. She's got a physical defense at 11 as a windling. And 3 is going to strike Scathra with his spear. A 9 misses her. She has a physical defense of 10. Oh, wait. It will hit her because she dropped her... She did full attack, the aggressive attack, so her PD is -3. So it does hit her. Okay, with the spear. The spear does how much damage in this guy's hand? 10. So that should be 2d8. Where is the other 8-sider? Oh, there it is. Ooh, 9, 14, 14 minus 4, 10 points of damage to Scathra. She's now at 23. What's her wound threshold? Scathra's wound threshold is 9, so she takes a wound. Scathra has taken a wound. That is not enough to push over to a knockdown check, though. Okay. That was all the Elven Raiders. Did I skip Deza? No, I don't think so. I think she cast a spell. Anyways, Farathiel goes last, and he strikes at the Obsidian men. 13 plus 5 is 18. That beats his physical defense of 8 with 2 raises. So this is going to be +4. +4 on his broadsword, so 14, 2d12 for damage. 5. Okay, he's got 4 armor, so only 1 gets through, so he is at 19. Okay. Top of the order for initiative. Scathra should now be rolling a d10 like everybody else because of her wound. 4. Garn will be rolling a d8 because of his wound. 6. Scorth, d10, 5. Deza, d10, 5. Elven Raiders, 10 plus, they're on 14. Farathiel is on 5. Okay. Alright, so the Elven Raiders go first. These two are going to shoot arrows at the windling. 10, 16, 19 will hit the windling with 1 raise. So the windling is going to take an arrow from one of these guys. Their short bow does 9 with a raise, brings it up to 11. So it's a d10, d8. 4 points of damage. I think she is also wearing padded leather, though. So if she is, yes, she is. That absorbs 4 of it. So she is unharmed. The leather took it on the armor. All right, second one shoots Does it? 7 misses her. Okay. Second one shoots Scorth. 9, 11. That'll hit. No raise, though. Double checking. Yeah, no raise. And that will do, I think I said 9. Yep, just checking. 9 is D8D6, right? Yep. 6 points of damage minus 4 for armor, 2 points of damage to Scorth. He's at 6. Alright. And the third one is going to strike with the sword. Spear. 6 misses. The to scrying. Yeah. Okay. What next? That was all the Elven Raiders. It is now 6, so it's Garn. Garn swings. Now, normally his melee is a 9, but he was wounded, so it's an 8, and he's going to do the aggressive attack again. So this will bring it up to an 11. So D10 plus D8. 8 will, I think, miss Rathiel. Yeah, his physical defense is 11. He hasn't come close to hitting him. He keeps missing. Okay, that's Garn's turn. Deza goes next with her Earth Darts. 15, 22. How many raises is that on that guy? 22. Spell defense is 7, so 12, 7, no, yeah, 12, 17, 22. That's 3 raises. Okay, so this is going to last several turns if it matters. I don't even need to write it down probably. It's just lasting additional turns. Alright, and it does D8 plus D6 damage. 5 points of damage on the guy. He's got his physical armor doesn't count because she's throwing earth darts at it. So I said 5 damage, so 5 damage on number 4. He is at 5 then, okay. Alright, and it is now Scorth's turn. He's going to do the same, just with Spirit Dart number 2. 11. Okay. 11 hits the guy, no raise. So just D8D6. 12 points of damage. Minus his 4 mystic armor, but the mystic armor has been brought down to 2, so it's, if he does 12 points of damage, it's really doing 10 points of damage on number 2, who had 6 already, so he's at 16. Okay. That was Scorth. Next is Rathiel. Rathiel swings at the Obsidian whose defenses are lowered. So instead of having a physical defense of 8, he has a physical defense of, isn't it minus 2 or minus 3 for the aggressive attack? Minus 3. So instead of 8, it's at 5. This sucks for him. Melee weapons of 2d8, I believe. Yeah. 14, 18. At 5, this is, how many raises? When you needed a 5. 10 and 15, you rolled a 14, right? No, you rolled higher than that, 18. So this is 10, 15, 2 raises. Okay, so this is at a plus 4. So the melee, the broadsword does 10, but plus 4, so this is 14, so this is 12. 11. 11 minus the Obsidian's 4 armor goes down to 7. He is now at 26. Alright. Scathra goes last. She's swinging at number 3 here. And normally her melee weapons would be 10. because of her wound. It's a 9. It's d8 plus d6. 10 points. That will hit. And her damage score with her sword would normally be 11. But it's at 10. So, because of the wound, so 2d8. Minus 2 physical armor, she does 3 to number 3, who has been unhurt. Alright, that was not a good round for the player characters. They're going to have to play a little smarter, so they're probably going to start teaming up. Okay, what they're going to do is instead, he's going to do an aggressive attack, she's going to do aggressive attack, these two are going to cast spells on Farathiel. They're going to go after the main guy, hopefully weaken him so the Obsidian can take him. And what else? I think everybody else is doing the same thing. Alright, so Scathra is not rolling her regular one. Oh, 10 plus 5. She's rolling a 15 for initiative. Garn is going to roll a d8 for initiative. 4. Everybody else is rolling a d10. 4 for Scorth. 3 for Deza. 9 for the Elven Raiders. 4 for Farathiel. Alright, so on 15, Scathra goes. She's doing the aggressive attack. So instead of 9, because of her wound, she's rolling a 12, right? Yeah, 12. And this is 2d10 for her attack. And she's going to roll Karma die. Well, it's not impressive. An 11. It's a hit, though. 11. And then instead of rolling her wounded broadsword of 10... Why do I have that written as 11? Oh, that's if she uses it 2 hands, right? No. Why am I doing this wrong? How much? Okay, I don't know. Anyways, 11 plus 3 for the damage would be 13, minus 1 for the wound is 12. So this is 2d10 for damage. 18 minus the guy's 2 physical damage armor. It does 16. He had 3, so he's at 19. 16 is more than his wound threshold and more than 5 of it. So he takes the wound. And he's got to roll his strength test against 6. Five. All right. 3 is knocked down. Okay. That's good. All right, next are the Elven Raiders, except for 3. He has to either choose to jump up or take his action. So he will take, I think to jump up, it's a point of strain, and you have to make a dex test. Jump up. Stand up is a simple action. No other movement. It causes 2 strain. He will take 2 strain, so he's at 21 now. And I think it's a dexterity check, but I don't remember what you have to roll to do the jump up. Combat option. So let me check the book. Jump up. Dexterity test of 6. And it's modified by the initiative penalty of armor and any wounds he has. He's got a wound, so this is at -1. Okay. Does he have armor that will make it harder for him? He's wearing Fern Weave, I think. I don't recall if that has an armor penalty. I don't think it does. So, a dex of 6 makes it a 5. He's got to roll a d8. He's got to roll a 5 or better. He rolls a 5, so he hops back up. So he is back in the fight. Simple action. Alright, 2 shoots an arrow at Scorth. Misses. 4 and 5 shoot arrows at the wind lane. 4 misses. 11. 15 will hit the wind lane. No raise. And it does a d8, d6 damage. 8 minus the 4 armor. Des is at 4. Okay. The last one swinging at Scathra. 2d6. 7 would normally miss because her physical defense is a 10. But she did the aggressive attack, so it's really 7. It does hit her. Alright, and his damage with his spear is a step 10. So 2d8. However, he's been wounded, so it's d8 plus d6. 5 minus 4 for her armor. She only takes 1. She's at 24. When does she get knocked out? Ah, she's all beefy. Alright, 35. Alright. What else? That was all the Elven Raiders. Garn goes next. He does the all-out attack, and he's going to roll a Karma die. So he should normally be rolling a step 9 for his melee, minus 1 for the wound is 8, plus 3 for the aggressive attack brings it up to 11, d8, d10. 11 will finally hit this guy. Oh wait, I was supposed to do d6 for Karma. 11 plus 4 is 15. That's not enough. Not enough to cause... Yeah, not enough for a raise. He would need 1 higher. Okay. What else? So that hits, so he's got to do damage. His damage for his troll sword is normally 15, minus 1 for the wound is 14, plus 3 for the all-out attack is 17, d12 plus 2, d8. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of damage. Okay. Alright, big number. Heck yeah. 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 12 is 21. Plus 12 again is 33. Plus 3 is 36. You just did 36 points of damage on this guy. 36, wow. 6 minus the guy's physical armor of 6 brings it to 30. He just took 30 points of damage. He's definitely taking a wound, his first wound, and he's got to make a knockdown check. His wound threshold is 9, so was it 30 minus 9 is 21. So he's got to make a strength test of 21 or higher to remain standing. He does not have any of the talents that give you a bonus. So this is just a strength test of a step 5. So d8. Oh, wrong number. Wrong die. d8. 3. He is knocked over. Alright. Good. So let's see. That is Garn's turn. It is now Skorth's turn. He is going to shoot his arrow at the prone guy, which will give him a bonus because he's prone. He's knocked down. So his defenses are minus 3. So to hit this guy, it's going to be a little easier. D8, D6. He only rolled a 6. His spell defense is dropped down enough, though, from 9 to 6. So he does score a hit on him, and this does D8, D6. 8, 14. 14 plus 6 is 20. 23. Holy cow. Another great hit. 23 minus the guy's mystic armor of 2 brings it to 21. That's 51. That kills him on the nose at 51 damage. Rathiel's dead. Great. Awesome. Good for Skorth. Alright. It is now... Would have been Rathiel's turn, but he's dead. Deza goes, and she is going to again switch targets because Farathiel's dead, and go after number 4 with her Earth Darts. 7 would hit, except the guys behind cover. Okay. So this is top of the order. These guys see Farathiel dying. They still think they could take the party. I think there's about a 75% chance that they'd stick around and fight. 75% chance or less. So yeah, they're going to stick around and fight. They still think they can take the party. Alright, so we're going to do top of the order for initiative. Scathra. Oh wait, nope, she's been wounded. It's a D10. 2 for her. Garn. 8 plus 1 is a 9. Scorth. 8. Deza. 4. Remaining elves. 9. Farathiel's dead. Okay. So Garn goes first. He switches targets to 5 here. And he's going to do another all-out attack. So his step of 8 goes to 11, D10, D8. 14 will hit with 1 raise. Yeah, 1 raise. So instead of doing his normal damage of 15 minus 1 for the wound, 14, it's actually going to go back to 15 plus 3 for the all-out attack, 18 damage, which is D12, D10, D8. Alright, D10, D12, D8. 14, 16 points of damage, minus the guy's physical armor of 2. Brings it down to 14. He takes 14 and a wound. His wound threshold is 10, so he takes a wound, but he doesn't have to do knockdown test. Alright, that was Garn's turn. It is now the Elven Raider's turn. This one again shoots, this one steps to the side and plunks an arrow at the Obsidian. D86. Oh no, this is just 2d6. I think I've been rolling the wrong number. 9 will hit his reduced. Well, we'll hit his regular, honestly. No raise. And this does step 9, d86 damage. Holy smokes, 14. 20 points of damage to the Obsidian. 20 points. Minus his 4 armor is 16 points. So 26 plus 6 would be 32, 42, right? Yeah. Alright, Garn has taken 42 points of damage, and his unconscious rating is 41, so he is knocked out. Okay. Man, alright. What else? He took a second wound, too. And don't need to do a knockdown test. He passed out. Okay, that was that. That Elven Raider. This one is going to switch to a spear. Well, actually, he already had a spear, so he's going to see if he can get behind Scathra and see if she can strike her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's going to just double move to get behind her. And this one's going to shoot his arrow at Scorth. 10 will hit him. Oh, actually, I'm rolling the wrong numbers. It's 2d6. 7. 9 will hit him, and it does d86 damage. 7 points, minus 4 armor, 3. Scorth takes 3. He's at 9. Okay. That was the Elven Raiders. It is Scorth's turn. He's looking out for his sister. He says, look out behind you. And he also takes another shot at this guy because he's whittling him down. So he is going to roll his spell casting of 2d8, but he's going to add a d6 for karma to try to make sure he hits. And of course he misses. 6. We'll miss. Alright, that was Scorth. Deza will do the same. She's going to use Karma. She's worried about this fight going poorly. So she's going to roll 2d8 plus 6 against this guy. 9, 14 hits. No raise because of the cover, the partial cover. Wait. Actually, it still is a raise because it would normally be 9 and plus 5 is 14. Yeah, it's 1 raise. Doesn't really matter though. It just extends the duration on the length of the spell's penalty on armor. Alright, so it's damage 5 points of damage to number 4. This one is already suffering the -2 penalty to his armor, so he just takes 5 damage. He's at 10. Alright. And what else? That was Deza. The last one to go is Scathra. Scathra swings at this guy, but she taunts him first. So her taunt would normally be a 9, but the wound brings it down to 8. She says, oh, you need 2 of you now. She's mocking them. 9 plus 1 is 10. So number 3 is at another -1 because of the taunting, in addition to his wound. Okay. And she swings at him. Let's see. She's going to do another full-out attack because she wants to bring him down, and she's going to roll another point of karma. So d8, let's see, it'd normally be melee of 10, -1 because of the wound is 9, brought up +3 because of the taunting brings it up to a step 12, right? So 2d10 to strike. 9 plus 8 is 17. That's 2 raises. So 2 additional successes. So this is going to be a +4 to the damage, but a +3 more because of the aggressive strike. So +7 to the damage, -1 because of the wound. So it's +6 to the damage. Normally the damage is 11 plus 6, so 17. 17 is d12 plus 2d8. Alright. An unholy number. 18. Alright, so 18 against his armor of 2 makes it 16. He had 21, so now he's at 37. And these guys only have 34 death rating, so he is dead. Number 3 is dead. Okay. And that is Scathra's turn. And it's top of the order for initiative. D12 for... Nope. D10 for Scathra. 4. D10 for everybody else. 2 for Scorth. Garn is knocked out. 1 for Deza. 10 plus 3, 13 for the left for Elven Raiders. Okay. Okay, Elven Raiders go. Alright, sorry. So this one's shooting an arrow. 2d6. 5 misses. Shooting an arrow. Scorth. 8. Scorth's physical defense is 8, so it hits. Alright, d8, d6 for damage. 5 minus 4 armor, 1 point to Scorth. He's at 10 damage. Okay, and 5 is going to swing at Scathra. Scathra's physical defense is still reduced from the aggressive strike earlier, plus she's choosing probably to do it again. So her physical defense would not be 10, but it would be 7. So 2d6. 7. Plus 6 is 13. 19. 22 versus 7. That's a few raises there. That's 12 and 17. So 2 additional successes. So this is with the spear at 10 damage plus 4 for the additional damage is 14. 2d12. Wow, 20. Holy crap. Scathra's been skewered with a spear. 20 minus her 4 armor brings it down to 16. She is at 40. Her death rating is 42. She is knocked unconscious. Alright. So, good point here. If you have a group of less of a smaller party like I do, you might want to reduce this party size to only 3 Elven Raiders instead of 5. That might be a little bit more fair. This is kind of a hard conflict. This is going to be hard won for these guys to finish the last 3 remaining Raiders, who are pretty healthy. This is going to be a close fight here. Okay. That was the Elven Raiders. Don't have to worry about Scathra. She's knocked out. Scorth goes on 2. Let's see, what else can he do besides Spirit Dart? Not much. He's got melee weapons, but it's not as good as his spell casting. So he's going to do Spirit Dart one more time. But he's changing targets to number 5 here because he thinks this guy just killed his sister. So this is now very personal. This is 2d8. He's often thought of killing his sister, but you know, this guy actually did it. He took it out of his hands, so he's not too pleased about that. Alright, so 2d8 plus 6 because of an additional karma. 18, 26, 31. 31 against the guy's spell defense of 7. Now this is one of the things I hate about the spells, because that would have been great if this is all additional damage, but all that means is that it's just going to last a bunch of extra rounds. It's just going to do d8 plus 6 damage, which is 8, which is kind of sad. Alright, so 5 points of damage. The guy's mystic armor was reduced by... No, it's not yet. So he only takes 1 point of damage from that. Spectacular spell. He is at 15 damage. Alright, feel kind of cheated, to be honest. Roll like that and have it not be extra damage successes. You just get duration extended. Alright, Deza is going to go after this guy too. And she's also going to use a point of karma. It's also easier because this guy's not behind cover. The other two. Alright, 12 plus 7 is 19. 25, 30. Okay, that's also several raises. All this means is it's gonna last for the rest of the round, the rest of the combat. So she does d8 plus d6 damage. 7 plus 4 is 11. Minus the guy's 2 physical armor is 9. He is at 24 damage now. 24 damage. All right. Let's see. 24. Got to roll initiative. Okay. D10s all around. 7 for Scorth. 4 for Deza. 8 for the Elven Raiders. All right. This guy's going to shoot his arrows at the Windling. 9 plus 3 is a 12. That hits her physical defense of 11. 7 minus her 4 armor does 3 damage to her. She's at 7. Shoot an arrow at Scorth. 10 hits him. 5 minus 4 armor is 1 point of damage to Scorth. He is at 11. Mine is going to charge Scorth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he does get to actually swing at him still with his spear. 8 will hit his physical defense of 8. 7 points of damage minus 4 armor is 3. Scorth gets sliced up. He's at 14. That's the Elven Raider's turn. It is Scorth's turn. He casts his Soul Dart. Actually, no. He's going to swing his sword at him. He's got swing his quarterstaff at him. His melee weapons is a 9. What was I doing with this? Okay. 9 plus d6. 3 misses. It's a skill, so he can't spend karma on it. That was Scorth. And Deza will do earth darts at this guy. 12. 16. Hits with additional raises, but doesn't matter. Damage. 2. Oh. That sucks. He does take 2 damage, which is enough to bring him to unconscious. He is knocked out. Okay. The last 2 guys are looking, and they're wondering if they can take him. There's a 50-50 chance that they will bolt. They're just going to run away. So 50% or less, they leave. Nope, they're going to stand and fight. They still think they can take him. All right. All right, so initiative. D10 for Scorth. He's on 3. D10 for Deza, 7. D10 for the Elven Raiders, 3. Alright, Deza goes first. She moves into such a way where she can fly above, but this guy does not get cover, and she shoots her Earth Dart at him. 4, 9, 3, 12. She hits with a raise. I think I was rolling the wrong dice. It should have been 2d8. This was the damage, but it doesn't matter. It hit. 8 points of damage on number 4. He has already been hit, so he takes the full points of damage. He's at 18. Scorth goes next. He is going to do his soul dart, spirit dart on number 4. 12 will hit, even though the guy's behind cover. Does 8 points of damage, minus his 2 physical armor. It does 6. This 4 is at 24 points of damage. Alright, the Elven Raiders go. Number 4 here is going to shoot his arrow at Deza. 7 misses. He's going to shoot his arrow at Scorth. 4 misses. Top of the order for initiative. Scorth is a 9. Deza is a 9. Those guys, the Elven Raiders, are 4. Alright. Soul Dart from Scorth. 14. 22. 23. Damage is d8 plus 6. D8, 4 points of damage. And 2 gets through because of his mystic armor is still pretty good for the Fernweave. However, that puts him at 26. That's enough to knock him out too. And she fires off her earth darts at him. I don't know if it's got the range, but worst comes to worst, she'll fly closer. What are his earth darts range? Earth darts range is 20 yards, so 10 spaces. So she could not fire at him until she moves. However, she can move 8 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He is within range. So she does her normal move, and then she fires it away. 15, 22, it hits. Plus d6 for damage. 5 points. 3 get through because of his armor. He is at 19. Okay. The lone guy shoots an arrow at Scorth, who he's been pinging away at. 7 misses. Top of the order for initiative. Scorth is at 2. D's at 9. The last Elven Raider at 1. Giza goes first. 10 plus 4, 14 hits. With extra raises, doesn't matter. Damage. Oh, 2. 2 points of damage. That's pretty sad. Alright, so this guy is at 21 points of damage now. Scorth will fire at him as well. 10. 16 hits. 8. Minus the guy's 2 Mystic Armor left is 6. 6 plus 21 puts him at 27. His unconscious rating is 26. He is knocked out. Alright, so that was a long, hard-fought battle. Within a minute's time, they managed to wake up the remaining party members. They tie up the 3 unconscious guys, and so that they can question them. They'll slit their throats if they have to, but right now they want to question them. And let's see. Frathiel's dead, so they definitely loot his body. And they find the fern. Let's see. He was wearing something pretty good, a Spiraga scale cloak. That's pretty useful. So they'll probably take that and some of the things he has on them. He has some navigation charts and a scroll case and some stuff like that, traveler's garbs. The Elven Raiders have some fern weave. This is something that's a living armor, I think. So this is something that the Obsidian might be able to put on as armor, because he can only wear living armor. I think fern weave counts. It's either that or the Esperaga Club. One of those is alive, I think. So that's good. They loot the bodies. They've got the 3 guys, and they will heal up. They're going to have to spend the night here to recover. Desa's going to have to do her routine of casting through the grimoire air mattress, and they will probably take a day to heal up in the cave before, or at least at night, before they go somewhere else. They might have to hide somewhere else, thinking that these guys might have to check in somewhere, and that they might have to lead them somewhere else. They might tie them up and put them in the cave for now, and go on about their business. Maybe they can inform somebody that they caught these guys. Scorth is a little bit more bloodthirsty. He says, "I'll do it if it needs to be done." His blood is still pretty high up there because he thought they killed his sister, so he's pretty mad. Other than that, they will question the guards, and that they will find out that Frathiel is the brains of the operation. They are kind of lower in estimation on what exactly Frathiel was doing. Let's see. They all wear hooded masks, and they're rather suspicious. They are reluctant to answer questions, so these player characters will have to interrogate them. But for now, that's it. Alright. This is a pretty strong fight, so I think they're definitely going to get 75 XP from this one, at least. So that's another 75 XP that the party has, in addition to the 100 that they got in the last battle. So, the last scene. So 175 additional. Alright, cool. Thanks.